What have you done with Le Guru du MMA? I don't know what happened to Le Guru du MMA.
Is back, very much needed.
I'm Peppa Pig.
You think Rogan has heard of your impressions of him? Yeah, Rogan's seen my videos. I don't know if you've seen my impressions, but you've seen my videos. Chat, what do you think? Has anyone said, people forget, man, to Joe Rogan since I've been around? What are the odds, chat? Yes or no? Has anyone in public said to Joe Rogan, people forget, man, as they've gone past him, and Rogan has maybe been like, what do these people keep saying this shit? Like, do you know what that people forget, man, thing is? I wonder if anyone has. I would. Yes or no, chat? If you met Joe Rogan, I'm dropping a people forget, man. 100% I'm dropping people forget, man, if I meet Joe Rogan. So I wonder if that'll be a thing moving forward where if any of you guys happen to run into him in California or anyone who's heard the impression, definitely sneak it in there. Till was trying to console Rockhold as he was on the ground getting oxygen. Always hard to watch when fighters do that. I know, get the fuck out of his face. And you know what the most annoying part is? No offense to Till. I'm sure he was trying to be a good guy and a respectable fighter. Last thing I'm trying to hear as I'm coming back to consciousness is scouse in my ear. I'm just being real, chat. Can you imagine? You just got knocked out, humiliated in front of everyone that you brought to the event. You're coming to. You're barely getting your wits about you until's fucking, yeah, mate, you're a great fucking fighter. What? You're a fucking fighter. I'd fucking lose my fucking shit if I heard that. Thank you for the £5. Impression of Makayev going mental in Speaker's Corner and Arnold Allen calmly stating census data and statistics on violent crime. Shut up or I kill you! I kill you for saying this! Yeah, you know, it's just the ones from Afghanistan are, 22 times more likely to rape a young girl than someone from the UK, you know? So I just think it should be pointed out, maybe. Yeah, thank you for the $2. Step foot in Dagestan and you'll become a campfire story. I know. Brother, you see this guy is not inbred. And there once was a man years ago. I would actually turn into a campfire story in Dagestan. That's actually true, chat. They'd be sitting around the campfire, yeah. I'm telling you, chat. They'd be sitting around the campfire. There was a man. He come through here, brother. I tell you. This guy, not inbred. Not even the slightest bit. I'm being serious. This is very real story, brother. You need to hear the tale of the man. He come here, no, fucky cousin. We offer him 10 goats. He say, no, this disgusting, this guy. Crazy. I would become a campfire story in Dagestan by turning down a fucking sheep. Thank you very much for the $2. Impression of Joey falling over while climbing a tree and gets his bum stuck in the ground and requiring a tractor to lift him. I'm just going up a tree. Oh my god, I'm falling over. That's him. That's MMA Joey bouncing off the ground after falling out of a tree. Oh no, I'm falling over. Oh, I've fallen on my ground. I need help. I don't know, some shit like that. Sea shanty of campfire story guru visiting Dagestan. There once was a lad who wasn't inbred. The name of the lad was MMA Guru. Up, down, and hope, up, down. There wasn't a lamb he'd fuck. Soon may the normal man come to bring us something. Not inbred at all. More like less inbred than true. But I'm not inbred. I'm actually a mix-up for real. Raw Guru, you'd buy in trainers for the gang? Wow. Well. I bring up potential air forces up for grabs and look who shows up. You know what I mean? Like fucking clockwork. You know what I mean? Honestly. Fucking, you can't script it. Just the idea of getting a pair of Hirachis and look who's fucking sniffing around the chat. Can you tell my girlfriend Margarita? Thank you. Yeah. Thank you for buying us a ticket to UFC Paris and to stop guillotining me when we play fight. Yeah. And make sure you tell her sister Pepperoni to not fucking jump in as well. Thank you for $5. Ilya Tapiria fan. Girlfriend's name's Margarita. Oh, God. Sorry, I don't know why that made me chuckle so much, but there you go. You fat fuck. I bet you're fat. Thank you for the 5. Impression of Chandler hearing Till's nickname during Misfits and telling his wife they should adopt him. All right, man, yeah. We got to get this one, honey. If Gaethje KOs Ilya, what happens to the division? It's ruined forever and it loses all credibility for life. Thank you for the €2. No, it would probably just adjust and move on, you know? They'd probably do Ilya versus Pimlet, both coming off losses. But yeah, that would be a massive hype derailment. Watched the 3-fight marathon for Silva versus Lopez, and now I think Lopez will finish him in the clinch with an uppercut. Shut up, dude, because you're going to tell me, Gene's been getting hit a lot before he knocks out his opponents. And I know, but I just don't see it, man. I see Gene. I like the momentum of Gene. People forget, man. Movzar married his wife at 17 when he was 24 and US since she was a kid, I know. And told Sneeko he molded her to be the woman that he wanted, groomed. Yeah, he did say that, but that's very normal for their culture. Don't act shocked. He's Muslim. Do you still think McKinney hates you? No. No, I don't. Thank you for the 2. No, he actually said he wanted to do a collab, but I'm good, you know. No charity collabs. Get a couple rank wins, buddy. Thank you for the £5. Ruffle some feathers there. Thank you for the $5. What's up, Tom Aspinall, official MMA Guru for Misfits? You know what, Tom? If this is really you, I don't actually want to be on Misfits. I think it's fucking embarrassing. If I'm gonna be, I know it sounds like I'm a bit too big for my boots, but I don't know. As an influencer on there, I think it's quite embarrassing. If you want to be a former MMA fighter on Misfits, I think it's pretty cool, but I don't know, man. I just couldn't bring myself to fight some TikToker or something, you know. I'd cringe too much, you know. Thank you for the message, though, dude. But if you don't mind, I've got donations to read, all right, buddy? You see the new Kurt Kaz video? He says his worst neighbor in Paris. All right. Straight away into the next thing while Tom's here. Thanks, mate. Would Till have given Prime Izzy problems with boxing? I reckon Till would have given like a really good account for himself, but I think he would have fallen just short of Prime Izzy. You know, if they would have clashed at a different point in their careers, though, I feel like he could have done well. But in his prime, I think Izzy had more tools than Till, a little bit more range, a little bit more power. So yeah, but Till's very good, and he's having a really good run. Aspinall in chat, I see, I have eyes. Guru, get Salt Papillon. All right, fried rice banter. I think Luke should model Balenciaga mouth guards. €6, really appreciate that. I'm glad you're getting your money's worth there. Where will JDM be on the pound-for-pound list when he kills Makhachev? I think he's going to win as well. But he should be way up there, right? If Chimaev's getting like above Pantoja for his first championship win, this win over Makhachev would put JDM right away in the top 4. Guru on the Eurostar, ready for the big presser. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, you're going to be in Paris for the press conference. I actually forgot about that. Nice. Okay, that's cool. I'll cover that. Watched back JDM versus Bilal. Bilal was landing a lot of leg and body kicks. JDM was not checking. Thoughts on Islam taking that path of victory? I know, yeah. A lot of kicks, open side kicks. What I think Makhachev should do is just blast kicks into JDM's guard. He has, he broke his arm, had 3 surgeries on it, on his forearms. I feel like Makhachev could just blast kicks into the guard and get his guard up, shoot a couple takedowns after. I don't know. Tom, if you lose to Gane, Guru will cease to exist. I may indeed cease to exist. Any thoughts on what I should do for the presser, mate? What should you do for the presser? Try not to overthink it. That's the main thing. Because if you go out there with like a pre-rehearsed line and it falls flat, just see how it goes. You know what I mean? If he goes at you a little bit, if he starts yapping a little bit, snap back with, I've showed up here before, mate. It's not the first time I've been in Paris to fight you, mate. And you can bring up something like that about him ducking you, but I don't know if I'm going to give you a preloaded line, because that could end in like a cringe disaster where now Tom's too big for his boots, and why did we hype this guy up so much? It's all gone to his head, you know what I mean? Who knows? Throw a monster can at his head or something. Unprovoked, just launch a fucking monster can at his fucking head. I don't know, that should sell some pay-per-views, you know? That's what they want. Nice little assault offense in France. Big Tom, you're going to let Guru in your corner for this one, mate? I mean, it's kind of an important title fight, but, you know, the invite's open. Impression of Zookeeper Yoel feeding... No. Till would smoke Izzy, pressure through his guard. He could do. Till could beat Izzy, and the way he caught Rockhold over and over is how Izzy does get caught with shots. I don't think I'd say Till would win that fight prime for prime, guys. That's my take. I think he would have a very close decision, but I'd go with Adesanya, you know. You see Craig fixed the CJI issue by offering 50K for every submission for day 2. Nice, that might be cool. I like CJI. I'm glad the first one went decent. Speak soon, mate. See you later. See you later, Tom. All right, chat, you can go back to being cunts now. He's not here anymore. Big Tom in the chat. Enjoy your Paris trip, mate. Soak it all in. It's going to be a good one. Tom, tell Cyril his movie was ass. Okay, yeah. I mean, I ain't watched it. He could have been really good, to be fair. Max Holloway KO versus Gaethje, or Conor versus Aldo. Holloway over Gaethje was just way more awesome, but, I mean, Conor's meant more. For sure. Guru, do you think that Luke shouldn't have been in there? I don't think Luke Rockhold should have been in there with Darren Till now. I did say that Till would dominate and finish him in the second round, but I think that was pretty obvious. Guru, from an unbiased point of view, do you think Islam is the best striker JDM has faced? No. Also, do you think Islam should go back to judo trips for takedowns? Makhachev might mix it up better than anyone JDM's faced, but he's not the best striker. No. Thank you for the 5. Yeah, you should try and do trips, but in the clinch it's going to be difficult because JDM's so strong there, so we'll see. But yeah, the trips are where it's going to happen. Single legs and double legs ain't going to work for him. We need to get him locked up. All right, calm down. Arman confirmed today he has a fight. UFC Qatar, November. Nice, not a title fight then. Great. That'll be Paddy Pimblage. If Tom invites you to be a corner man against Jones at the at the White House, would you pass the background check? Yeah, I ain't done nothing wrong in my life. Yeah, of course. You seen Bryce liking extremely based reels? I have seen that. Yeah, I've seen a ton of it. Genuinely think Murphy will beat Volk. He's good. He's very good. Thank you for the £2. Very jolly well good. But I don't think he beats Volk, though. So chill with that shit. Love the honesty listening to you, man. Keep up the good work. Honesty and comedy. Thank you for the £5. I appreciate you, John Robertson. Honesty and comedy, indeed. Well, I guess that means we're getting a Tom Aspinall interview for UFC 2, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying, chat? You just had to stop by and make sure we were still cool. Yeah, I mean, that tells me there's a collab inbound. Thank you for the 5. Check Cedric Dumas' latest Insta post. He's wearing an ankle monitor in training. I mean, that might be the most YN fucking thing I've ever seen. I believe you. Thank you very much for the €6. Guru, I have a friend with family problems, but thanks to your streams, him and his dad's got reunited and the 3 of them watch you every day. There you go, dude. I get a lot of messages like that of like families watching me. And it's cool. You know, it's like sons with their dads mostly watching the MMA Guru, which is pretty nice. Getting them based. You know what I'm saying? Dads making sure their sons ain't gay for the next generation. Raja in jail or John versus Tom? John versus Tom. You know what I mean? Impression of Moreno getting picked up by an ICE agent? Maybe not today. Maybe not tomorrow, man. But I promise you, man, I'm going to cross the border again, man. Silva allows too much forward pressure and doesn't have Volk level footwork. Lopez round 2 finish. Thank you for the $5. I agree. I don't know, though, man. I'm not sure. Don't sway me because I am going 50-50 this whole fucking build-up on that fight, and I'm just settled on Gene. I think it needs... But I did originally say Diego Lopez, so I might revert back. I think it needs someone with massive KO power and decent takedown defense to stop Chimaev. No one like that at middleweight at the moment. Maybe Yuri if he cuts down. Yeah, but Yuri's not got the best takedown defense. But he has got decent. I'd say better than Dricker's stuff. So yeah, Yuri, move down, mate. Knock out fucking Chimaev for us, would you, mate? Get some European violence in the fucking division again. Thank you for the $2. Thoughts on Yan versus Mitchell as a potential matchup? I think Yan would finish him and TKO him, but I don't think that's even going to happen. Who has better catchphrases, Flukas or Bedtime? Flukas, I think, stood the test of time more. Bedtime's got a lot of them, but Lucas is a more potent with the few that he has, I think. Crafty Vet, big meaty hooks. I mean, come on. Can you beat that? Crafty Vet is like... Yes or no, chat? Crafty Vet beats anything Bedtime has. Let's be real. Crafty Vet is just, you know... It's unfortunate. I think overall, Bedtimes might be better overall. You know, Lucas does have some misses, but Crafty vet's always going to be used. Even though that was always a thing, he kind of kept saying it. Thank you for the $2. What dirt do you have on Quentin? There's a few things. Thank you for the £5. I'd be glad to, but if I said him, I wouldn't have it on him. I'd be glad to be wrong about Arman winning. Don't want another smother wrestler, I know, yeah. Kills the sport. They just say watch Muay Thai. No, go watch BJJ. I know if you want to watch pure grappling, go watch it. But Arman does strike quite a bit, though. What's up, white man? Looking round and firm. Keep it up. Thank you for the $2, dude. I'll try my best. Let's be real. Nina is actually cool, funny, and hot. She's a whore, and she has no right to call anyone else out on morality as she sells herself sexually on a place that's accessible to 13-year-olds. But she's pretty cool and hot. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for the 2. But, you know, both things can be true. Impression of Sean Connery reassuring Dana White that not only is it okay, but absolutely right to slap your wife. Okay. You gotta slap him sometimes. Sometimes you gotta slap him in the mouth. Thank you for the 36 months of membership. 3 years with the pig. 3 years ago, you weighed 315 pounds. Today, you're 300. I'm 255. Not much progress. Be careful, mate. Raja Jackson's in the UK right now. I'll be good, mate. I ain't going to no pro wrestling events. I'll try not to hit anyone on the head with a can of air. Thank you for the 5 CHF. Would you rather see Connor against Till in BKFC or against someone like Masvidal in Misfits Boxing? I'd rather see the Masvidal one. It just makes sense from a weight division perspective. Thank you for the £2. Kaya versus Amavov prediction. I'm going to go over Mavov. I think he's a lot better than him. I've been watching the fights between them, doing my research for the predictions for the Paris card. Going with Amavov for sure. He's a lot better. Thank you for the $2. You would melt if Nina looked your way, you sausage. I probably would burn her up, but, you know, it's irrelevant to the morality of her. Come on, guys. The morality. You guys care about morality? I actually wouldn't because I'd find her rank. Can you tell my buddy Seth that John Jones is a duck and Tom wins via first round TKO? I'll just cover the... Because if he needs to be told that, he needs to be told something else. Seth, you are gay. And we all know it. Thank you for the $5. And nothing wrong with that, but we all know. Yeah, I'm saying there's no need to hide it anymore behind these MMA takes. Thank you for the $5 Canadian. Also consider Kaio's cutting weight twice in 21 days. True. Very true. As well as traveling from Brazil to Chicago to Brazil to France. He's a retard. I'm going with Mavov. It's like a nice excuse for him in a bad matchup. Thank you for the $5. Not sure Nina is funny for a woman. That between two ferns awkward style of interview gets played out pretty quick on laughs. Agreed on the hot aspect though. Yeah, she's like a hot, yeah, MILF. Thank you for the $5. I appreciate that. Didn't even know Rockhold is still fighting. Does he really think he has a chance or just want more money? Why is he still fighting? I have no idea why. These fighters do not know how to manage their money, chat. Would you believe that? If I was making some of the money these fighters were making, I'd be set for life with riches. They're so dumb. People are very dumb with their finances. They don't realize how little money you really need to exist. Thank you for the $2. Impression of Yuri yelling as loud as he can. Me! Up! Some shit. I'm not doing the loud shit, man. Thoughts on TikTokers currently trying to cancel you? All gay anyway. Who cares? Don't watch. Don't want you here anyway. Thank you for the 2. There's a reason I ain't make no TikTok account. I ain't trying to get that retard audience. Fuck off. Watched all of CJI 2 the other day, and I think it would be much funner to watch if leg locks weren't allowed. Nah, you got to allow every aspect of BJJ. I don't mind. Imagine being a TikToker. I mean, I know it's just the media of the future, if you know what I'm saying, but fuck 'em, mate. I don't need them. That's the reason why I never made a TikTok account anyway. I just sort of got the gist of the community and thought, yeah, these lot are a fucking bunch of wet wipes. Fucking one-punch issue fucking gaylords, mate. They can have me off TikTok. I don't care. I'll keep doing my YouTube thing. Bunch of wet wipes. The matchup of all matchups. Who was the UFC fighter you would hold on that would hold on to subs? Palhares, Rousimar Palhares would hold on to leg locks all the time. That are you talking about? He was like mongoloid though. I think he was raised in like a barnyard. I'm not even joking. Chat, is that correct? Was Rousimar Palhares raised on a barnyard, made to eat out of a trough and whipped? I swear he was. I don't think I'm actually making that up. I think he actually was raised on a barn with animals and made to eat out of a trough and like whipped as a kid. So I wouldn't be surprised that he held on to his submission too long now and then. But yeah, he was. Yeah, I messaged Craig Jones. I said... He said, mate, come to CJI. Who do you want to fight? I said, how much? Give me a ballpark. What we thinking? And he said, fuck, I'm asking the team. And that's it. That's the last thing he said to me before we chatted recently. So, yeah. That's that. He said, or you can grapple Claudia Gadelia. And I said, nah, I want someone big to grapple, so if I lose, it'll be acceptable. And then he said, Gabby Garcia. And I said, am I allowed to intentionally get myself triangled, or are betting lines open? And he said, brother, whoever the fuck you want. But we're not going to talk about this next bit. And he said, of course you're allowed to. That's what I was going to do. But yeah. He was your pen mate, no? Same litter. Yeah, I didn't get paid or anything, just for the love of the game. Yeah, that would have been a sick matchup. I'm flying to America. If you want a social interaction out of me, you know. I take it you already notice I'm not yet in America or plotting anytime soon, so hoping to do it before the end of the year, but that is the last thing on my mind at all times. Brady has talked about a fight with Shavkat since the Ian fight fell through. If it happens, who do you got and why? I've got Brady. I think Sean Brady's so underrated, so I'll go Sean Brady beating Shavkat, especially after all that time off with a knee injury. Definitely.
Le Guru de MMA has got it up, but it's got no views in 13 minutes, so he's not really one of the big dogs, you know?